Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Baruch Hashem. You see me?
Yes, I
Okay.
see you.
All right. Good Chodesh and good Hanukkah.
Good Chodesh, yes.
Okay. So we're in the middle of Yud Aleph, and we're up to the secret, which he kept for 20 years.
Right.
So where Isa goes to Tamashu actually sold Kamus, a hidden secret. Yosef Esim Shana more than 20 years. Kamduma Karav Shloshim Shana, close to 30 years. Biosi Bezager, one of the, in Lithuania. Haya Oz Sham Admor. So Admor is of course Rabbi Sosater. But Yosham Rosh Hashanah, and it was on Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah minyan b'fnei atzmo, and he made a minyan by I guess by himself, not the main shul minyan. Shemani made davar mash Omar li latzmi. He says to me, "V'lo shama shum adam." Nobody else heard besides me. V'nivhalti mizeh ma'od ma'od. I was very, very taken aback. He lo nishma kazos. What he said, I never heard. I didn't see any sefer machmas I havanas kiyavanti, and because I understood kiloya being zos lispel mizar bema od that other people won't understand this to have the same type of intense reaction. Kasher anini spouty, like I reacted, lo amarti shumadam. I didn't say it to anybody. I didn't tell Adam ve'ez mushraz until I found a person and a time which is appropriate. Pamachas b'chanti lagid l'adam gadol b'tor machzik Mussar. Once I wanted to say it to a person who was a great person and held him Mussar, achlo l'kidarkenu, but not like Rabbi Yisrael's derech. For isi kilo ebian zos, and I said didn't understand it. We should lo ebian zos lo yasel love roshim cloud. If you don't understand, it's not going to make a pressure at all. In order to respond properly to what he's about to tell us, a person has to change his derech altogether. That's very difficult. Therefore, a person will not allow himself to hear terrible words like these. Not sure what that stands for. Something is my. I thought it's about a news over there. Something on my Virnal Daita about Das Boro. Das Kono.
Maybe Kivna?
What?
Kivna, he was Machavin it to Al Ma'avirin Al Daito, Al Das Kono?
Let me check.
Kivna.
1 second. What does it say there? Erevin Mem Aleph? Is that the bottom?
I don't have the Ma'amokum in mind.
Yeah. Shlosh Dvar Ma'avirim as Adam Al Daita V'das Kono. Belim Ovte Kochavim Beruach Rav Dikduke Anius. Not sure why. Still not sure what the Chav above is. It says the three things cause a person to do things which are not he would not think to do, and Hashem would not want him to do, which is Avodah Zarah, Ruach Ra, and Dikduke Anios. All those difficult situations. Okay, I don't know what this has to do with Chav Vav. Chav sounds like it's some. Maybe it's kavosei, similar to that which they said. I don't know. Anyway, I understood this. I understood this, even though my deeds are not necessarily the same as my knowledge, but I'm used to that. You know, it's right now. May I Coach Baruch help me from here from today. Fiyam Mavur by Ma'amar now, based on what he said before about uh, you need to have seichel, lev, and guf, and according to this, Matzais Makom goes Masher Kamus Tetzli Kar B'Sholshim Shana. Okay, Amrli Oz Kimdum Rosh Hashanah Yom Sheni. B'Sachak he made a joke at me. B'Shalom Menim Yeshli Gilu Elio. Has Elio Navi revealed himself to me. Hivanti Adover. I understood. Kimachmash Lamati Oz Mussar Harbe. I learned a lot of Mussar. Sakti Shama Bezager Ezesman Bechizuk Emuna. I worked on fortifying my Emuna. Sheyel Fanai Kamochai. That it should be like Kav Hashem is alive in front of me. Kashay Datim Adaber Tomi. Like as you know, I constantly say, Kikol Ikar Harisa So Adam, what destroys human being, Mashminiacham also Karen Hatzvi. He puts his emuna on the horn of a deer, which normally refers to taking a chance, taking a great big chance. But here it means it's Tony al emuna should keep up in Aruso. Many people sufficed with the emuna they got when they were children. Basically, when people were running around like deer. A person has to be mechazik his Mussar. I'm sorry, his emuna as if he never heard it previously. But as he was born today, what's the Torah of Olam Moleh? He found the Torah and a world which is full of stuff, and many fabulous things. And now he has to distinguish between good and bad. So he has to work on his emuna every day. Even though it's a language of Chazal, that which is famous, right, does not require evidence because it's well known. It's translated from some of that which is very fabulous, but it means that which is very well known. Even things which are well known have to be analyzed. If you don't take even things which are mefursam and analyze it, you don't have a full understanding. You say it based just on your prior belief, which may just be a childish belief. And maybe Rabbi Sol knew that I was doing a lot of Mussar. When I came there at his command. We saw Zager to go to Zager, a base on Mussar, where they had a base on Mussar, and to fortify them. Because it's new by them. The Choshash, but Rabbi Sol was afraid. Penny out that's me, I might deceive myself. That Shovli Gedolos when he flows, Chas v'Sholom. I think about myself how wondrous and amazing I was. I can't tell be therefore he taunted me. The Shalim Yesh Li Gilu Elio Zal. If Elio Nabi has appeared to me. Can't even me Dvarav Zal. Formerly us the Bash Losim Matami Manu Laot Meolam. And then he told me something which I never heard. Laidatim Shamazos Menu Shumadam. I don't know if anybody else heard this either. Ki Kanireh Loli Joseph Barabi. This is something which it says don't tell it over in public. Ki Lo Rabbi Yavinozos, because the public won't understand this. Kan Lo Rabbi Chulam Bobazos, and because those, and most people not be able to stand in this, withstand this. Abiyanki Shamal Shama Mussar, but since you're the island Mussar, but he betorman Ahel Shama, and I'm an administrator there. He was afraid, that's me. Maybe I'll leave myself astray, but Gdolos flows. I think too highly of myself. So the Ainu wants to let us know that Ikra Musi Amiras Mani Bavono Sen Rabin. I don't know what that is. Some Mamidos.
Mekaveh.
Yeah, but I don't say that. Would that be here? I don't know. Obviously, he had some shortcoming in the way he approached mitos.
Right.
Primarily, davar nora. En yochol marzos rak. En yochol marzos rak adam goyel kamo. So the first statement, the Avgil Yonah, was not the deep sin and secret statement. It had its purpose. The next is the secret statement. Amar said, "Acharei ki yodua shatorei enop sukamin hashamayim." You know, the Torah is not given etched in stone from Shemayim, cut and dry. It was given over to the wise and sages of each generation. People that live down here below. When Yom Tov take place, because most of the patients should be put to death, who gets both today Shemayim, maybe they Odom. Hakok Hashem the basin Shamata, everything like the basin down here below the sides. By Yodam Nifsak Kadim Shamayim. And through them, the halacha is therefore then passed subsequently in Shamayim. La halacha Maisa, in terms of actual practice. And the Dayan can only pass based on what he can see. A Dayan first has to make himself sholem in midos. And then he won't be bribed. And then a Dayan goes by what his eyes see. Because he has the eyes to see. If he hasn't perfected himself in midos, he's not worthy of being a Dayan. Even if one time he happens to actually figure it out properly. Ain't Torah so Torah klau. His Torah is not Torah at all. Torah ain't a psuka b'shemin hashamayim. Torah is not paskin from Shemayim. Lo b'shemayim, lo b'shemayim yichziv. As it says, lo b'shemayim hi. Harachti b'ayad varav. K'mali b'ktsar ma'od. He said it very tersely. V'lo yamuv on cloud k'amanas l'zal. In lo b'yarti b'arichus mat b'yesabir. So what Yisrael is saying is that as long as a person has not fully clarified their midos, and of course, who can say they've clarified their midos, they can't judge things objectively, because to judge objectively requires that your midos don't get involved in it. And as long as you still have not been able to conquer midos, you have some of your own subjectivity involved in anything you determine. You've actually turned people being lab If the rabbi is like an angel, you can learn Torah from him. Why not? If he's not an angel, no. So ain't no Torah. It's either angel or nothing. Chazal give us a metaphor. Kach onsho shel badai. This is the punishment of a trickster, a con man, an inveterate liar. Avim Omer Emes ain't shomin lo. So the way he interprets this, it means if a badai tells you Emes, it's not Emes. Ain't shomin lo because he can't impart Emes. A person who's perennially false can't impart Emes. Emes ki taraso in the Torah. How so? We're preparing ourselves to the midos, which are required to acquire Torah. That's a very, very powerful condemnation of many, many people. That you have your Torah is not Torah unless your midos are midos. In other words, Derech Eretz Kadma Torah means without Derech Eretz, your Torah isn't Torah. It's something else. What is it? I don't know. But it's not Torah. V'apiza navin diber Rabbeinu Yonah b'shari tshuva al shomea lenetzach yidaber. He who listens to eternity will speak. People should tell Sham enu move amilas lenetzach. What does lenetzach mean? Imakol shomim lo. Machmash yodim shum daktek the Bura of Shemay B'diktu. People listen because he speaks precisely and he hears precisely. Zel lenetzach yidaber. What does that do with speaking for eternity? Ufi zenicha. According to what he said, it's understandable. Acharei if he's so meticulous, minastam, we assume nobody can be so meticulous and precise unless they have the proper midos. So his Torah is Torah, right? If you're shomeya properly, your Torah is your dibor is lenetzach. Then we can say that your Torah is Torah, and it's eternity. That's it. But there's a Torah shlo Torah. Once a person is not precise in that which he speaks, not which he hears. Torah shlo ain't a Torah clause. Torah is not Torah at all. He's just like the con man. Shavil Omer Emes, even he says truth ain't shomim lo, ki Torah so ain't no Torah. Because his Torah is not Torah, and he has nothing to talk about in the eternal world. Shekulo emes, sheker ein lo shum shaychus, afilu lachona dachona. Anything which is false is not relevant, even as a preparation for a preparation. Molisates avonim lamizbeach. Just like you're not allowed to use the stones for the mizbeach. Barzel yochiach, sheker kashmi barzel. The tough stuff the barzel we can't use, and sheker is worse than steel. Bemes chasti al barzel. Marty, I have mercy on the metal. Marty, toch zeni rachmanus al barzel. She's rechek kokach mi avodas hakodesh. I'm so sorry for the metal which has been distanced from avodas hakodesh. Can't make the stones for the base of mikdash mizbeach. And it's not its fault. It's because Rishoyim she'emosim bo retzach negritzona. They use it to murder against the will of God. It's like the stones by Yaakov Avinu who said, "Allah yoniach tzadik rosho." I guess that was the stones did Ratzon Hashem.
They were arguing.
Yeah.
Who should get his head?
Right. So the metal is not that. Metal is used against Ratzon Hashem. I guess the stones were zoiche because they wanted to all do Ratzon Hashem. So it's kind of not fair to the metal that it's used to distance it from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Your family amali b'zachi kari aryeh neiro yair. Not using the metal to cut the stones is an uplifts the metal. Because it teaches people a very profound lesson. I enjoy this, and he said good. Like we see Zachar Hashem Miriam, because Hashem Masar Mizah Lashon Hara. Okay, Lama Tibata Lashon Hara Miriam. It's a good question. Why did Torah speak Lashon Hara and Miriam if we're against Lashon Hara? Yeah, we're saying Lashon Hara and Miriam, right? That she did something bad. You know, I find out all over Shas. We talk about Chazal doing bad stuff. Why? Isn't that Lashon Hara itself? When it's to learn something, it's not Lashon Hara. It's Lashon Tov. Kain b'zeh ein zeh psak lebarzel. It's not a negative thing, a cutoff for the barzel. Have an ilu lebarzel, but it uplifts the barzel. And I don't know that this way you don't have to say what the barzel said, because the barzel is being used in order to teach an extremely important lesson. Let us find counsel and let's find suggestions and strategies. Not get distance. We shouldn't be find ourselves distance from holiness. There's no repugnant food up above. That's how you receive your nourishment. Anu voyim. How we go? Where are we going to go? Put up. Shem turns away with such a person. The pains of Ganem are take hold of him. Perish techahun miyat. Immediately when he gets there. Who's going to protect him? The Torah, HaTorah Meginolav. So his Torah is pure, the Torah protects him. But based on what Yisrael said, if his Torah is not really Torah, me again, who's going to protect him there? So I hope for our sake that one doesn't have to affect all of one's midos, for one to have some Torah. Because if it's everything or nothing, which is what the author seems to imply, we're in big trouble. But I would assume that the more one perfects one's midah, the more one's Torah is Torah. And so I can understand why some people cannot hear this. And this is the famous story about when the Vitzler Petterberger, who was another one of the Talmidim of Rabbi Yisrael, came to introduce Mussar in Volozhin. Reb Chaim Soloveitcher was the Rosh Yeshiva there. And he said he did not allow him to introduce Mussar in Volozhin. He said Mussar is like castor oil. Castor oil, if somebody is sick and takes castor oil, it makes him better. But if somebody is well and takes castor oil, it makes him sick. And we are all well here in Volozhin. We don't need Mussar. So it'll make us sick. So if that's your attitude, even if you're a great tzaddik like Reb Chaim actually was, but not everybody's a big tzaddik, and not everybody is well enough, perhaps almost always well enough, that they can do without Mussar, they do without working on their midos, do without constantly being masaking themselves. And it links into what he said, has Elio appeared to you yet? Right? Because people think that they're holy and very holy, and they're all bloated with their own self-image, and comes the results, pricks the balloon, says you're full of it. You can't never assume that the moment you assume you accomplished, it means you haven't accomplished. So, and this has to, with the Barzel, I guess, in the way that,
in the beginning of the Ma'amar, he talked about at the end of Parshas Yisro, that it has you can't use the stones of the Mizbeach with the Barzel.
Yeah.
That's Shvichas Damim.
So he used the way he said at the end of page Chaf Hey. It said it Benegia ba'alma poselis. If the metal just touches the stone, it was posted in the Mizbeach, right? A person who, with his own negios, how much more does he posel himself if he touches himself with improper concerns? Okay, that's why we're here, to try and work on our midos. There's a Vilna Gaon.
Why did he keep it? Why did he keep it secret for 30 years?
I guess that specific way of saying it, you have to hear from Rabbi Yisrael in order to have an impact. And he felt if he said it, it's not going to have an impact. When we were in high school, our Benayel used to tell over the story. I think I heard from at least twice about how Rabbi Yisrael met the Alter from the Vardik in the train, and the Alter from the Vardik said to Rabbi Yisrael, "How do you live?" And Rabbi Yisrael said, "Taka question, but how do you die?" You remember that?
Yes.
It goes V Lepman and V Startman. Anyway, when I was in high school, it made absolutely no impact on me, this story, right? You have to hear at the right time in the right place. Otherwise, it's pointless. So I think that's a similar idea. You can't davar be'ito matov. The Vilna Gaon in Mishlei, Perek Gimel Pasuk Yudalad, I think it is. He says, "Masha Adam Chai hu lishbar midah shelo shavar ad ato v'tzarich liyischazek kim lav lama lo chaim." So that what's a person's life is to break the midah he hasn't broken till now, And if not, what's the purpose of life? So
Mhm.
on we slog. Hopefully, we're getting better in our meetups.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Very
Have a good
good.
night.
Yeah, you too. Take care.